tuned. The show is about to begin.
Welcome to I'm Right pre-show. So the show will be starting in approximately 2 minutes. Also, when you get into the show, if our images on video do not fit your screen properly, just pinch it down and it will come right into frame. And remember, if you're listening to this show on replay, you can fast forward past this spot and get right in to the video portion, which is the live show, which will start in approximately 1 minute. And do remember, we love to hear the reactions, your reactions during the show, whether it's laughter or a clap or a party sound. Those are the easiest emojis to hit, and those 3 are right across the bottom. Also, if you have a comment or a question, or you want to speak or come to the stage, just hit that comment button, and in some cases it may say ask. Just hit that button and you can type in your comment and press send, and we will see it and read it possibly, and we'll get you on the stage if that's what you want, or we'll just check out your comment and read it to the rest of the audience. Again, the show will be starting in any moment now, so please stand by.
Greetings, everyone.
Greetings. I'm trying to be just like Jill.
You had to try harder.
Okay.
This is I'm Right.
I'm Right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Welcome, everyone, whether you're watching us live or if you're watching the replay. Welcome.
Glad to see you here.
Glad to see you.
You're here, we're here, and if you're here right now, you're probably listening in replay, but I'm glad you're here. So it's just cool, because I don't think we have anyone live in the audience at this moment.
Not at the moment.
Unless you're on, unless you're on YouTube, because we do simulcast to YouTube. So
that's right.
You could be watching us from there.
That's right.
Well,
all right,
sure.
let's get this going. Let's get the show on the road.
So what's happening, Jill? What's going on?
We are talking about when you have to answer to others. Some of us do not like that.
I'm one of those people.
I'm one of those people too. So what do you do when you're in a relationship and neither of you want to answer to others?
Well, being that we both feel that way, it's not such a big deal because we respect each other in that way. You know, I'm not always trying to get you to report to me.
But I do such a good job reporting. I'm really good at that.
I'm talking about reporting to me for everything you do.
No, but on the other hand, since you're my best friend, I tell you everything I'm going to do.
Yeah, you tell me a lot of stuff, but I I've never, there's a reason why I have worked for myself most of my life. It's because I don't like to report to people. And when I do have a job, I usually do my job so well that nobody has to tell me to do anything. So I don't have to keep reporting to them. They're like, oh no, we know Tony's going to do what he's supposed to do, no problem. So it's cool. But in the home and in a relationship, I don't really think people need to report to each other all the time.
So if someone's out, like let's say that one person's at work and the other one leaves the home and doesn't come back till the next morning.
That's a problem. I said not all the time. Well, I'll give an opposite example. I know people that are in committed relationships and they have to report their whereabouts and what they're doing at all times. So let's say one person says, hey, I'm going to the store. What store? I'm going to Walmart. Okay. So you go to Walmart. Then you realize, oh, you know what? I need to go to another store. Now, in some cases, the other person wants you to report to them that you're going to another store.
While you're still out?
Yes, and to another store and to another store. And if you decide to stop and have lunch, you need to report that. You need to report who you spoke to while you were out. If you ran into a friend or something and you spoke to that friend, report that. If you had a cell phone call while you were in your car with a friend, report that. And so many things they want you to report.
So is that due to not jealousy? Is that due to a lack of trust, or is that due to one person being controlling, or both?
I think some of all of the above, yes. And I think I see Really Charlie in the audience. Hello, Really Charlie. Is that Really Charlie?
We have Really Charlie. We have Jacqueline. We have Jacqueline. Jacqueline Perry.
Oh, cool.
Hi. And we have
we're
Dave
more excited.
And Sam too.
We're more excited to see a Jacqueline Perry than we are a Charlie Perry. But how about that?
That's not true. We're excited about everybody who's here. Thank you, Dave and Sam. Thank you, Charlie. Yes. And thank you, Jacqueline.
Thank you. Yes. We didn't expect anybody to be here tonight. But here you are. Wow, cool. We're shooting for a 30-minute show.
I really don't like it when Tony says that before a show, because it means it's going to be longer than usual.
30-minute show. It's been a long day today. Just a lot of stuff.
And we also have Monica. Hi, Monica.
Hi, Monica. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on today. So, but we're here. We're here, and I guess we're still talking about reporting everything to your partner or at work, or none of it I like to do. And again,
and yet you do it. Like today, for example, you said, all I heard was I'm going, I'll be back. But you proceeded to tell me all the places you were going to go. But I just heard, okay, I'm leaving and I'll be back. Okay.
I only told you one place I was going to go.
It sounded like several.
No, just one place.
Did you go more than one place?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No.
And if I leave,
but I told you I was going to be a few hours is what I told you.
Yes, that's what I heard. I heard you were leaving and I heard you were coming back.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And it was,
that was good enough for me.
Yeah, it was enough detail for you.
Yes.
So that was cool. And if you start asking more detail, I would be like, what?
You would say, why are you asking questions?
Why are you asking me all of that? Why? I'm going there. I'm going to do such and such. I'll be back in a couple
But I
hours.
don't normally do
That's
that.
no, you don't. You don't do that.
Unless I'm thinking about, well, should I go with you? Because if you go this place, then maybe you'll stop at this place. That's the only time
Yeah,
I
you do
start
that.
asking
Yeah,
questions.
I don't care for that much. I
It's
don't
not
care
that
for
I'm
that much.
asking you to report. It's just I'm seeing,
And
I'm trying to determine whether there's room in it for the stop I
yeah, but
want to
see,
make.
I've already planned everything out. I've got a
Plans
list.
change,
I've got a
sweetheart.
list.
Plans
I know it's going to
change.
take X amount of time to do what I need to do, and that's
That is
what's
true.
on
When you go
my
to a store,
list.
all of a sudden you act like you're the bionic man walking around the store, but you're
I don't.
walking, but it's at a running pace. And I'm like,
Yeah,
what happened?
I think that's a male thing. Um, yeah, I think so. I don't like to browse. I don't like to.
Well,
I don't like to browse.
I understand having a list and going just for
And
what that's list. But do you have to walk so fast? I mean, I'm a fast
in
walker
out,
and I
in
think
out,
you're
in
walking
out, in
fast.
out, in out, in out, in out, in out, in
Okay,
out,
okay, we
in
got it.
out.
We got
That's
it.
it. That's it. That's
We
all I
got
want to
it.
do. In out. Yeah, get in, get out. Yeah, that's it. Got other stuff to do. In out, in out.
Oh.
Seriously, yeah,
The
that's
only time
it.
I ask questions is if I'm thinking I want to go too. But most of the time I don't go.
Yeah, and I'm okay
And
with
the
that.
few times I hardly ever leave the house these days, but the few times I do leave, I'll tell if you don't go with me, I'll tell you where I'm going. But more likely, I want you to be my driver. So
Yeah,
more than
that's you.
likely,
Yeah,
I tell you so that you can, I can convince you to just take me and
yeah,
drop me off if necessary.
yeah.
Because I don't know. These days, I just don't like to drive.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, then also, and just to prove about me that I don't like to check in and answer to people. So, all of those years, I was an owner operator, truck driver out on the road. It was great for me because I could call a dispatcher on Monday and say, okay, I picked up my load. I'll be in California in 3 days. I wouldn't talk to them again for another 3 days. Or, if I said I'll be somewhere in 5 days, I'm in California and I got to go to New York. Okay, I got my load. I'll be in New York in 5 days. And they wouldn't hear from me again until I was at my destination. I don't like, hey, don't be checking in on me. I do what I do. If something goes wrong, and I don't show up where I'm supposed to show up, then maybe you should start checking. But otherwise, yeah.
Well, most of my career, I have worked for other people, even though I've do things freelance too on my
Hmm.
own. But you have to answer your boss.
Yeah, you got to answer a lot of people every day. every day. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we talk about, let's say businesses and people say, the customer is always right and this and that. I tend not to start a business where I have to be there to meet the customer every single day. You have to open the doors every day. Wait for the customer to come there. Nah, it's not
Yes,
a lot of
years ago
fun.
when I was thinking about
Yeah.
having my own brick and mortar bookstore years ago,
Hmm.
uh, that always stopped me because I was like,
Yeah.
some days you just, you know,
It's like I have to answer to the customer even. Like
yes,
yeah,
yes.
and it's
And
wait for the
whoever
customer.
said the customer is always right? Who came up with that? A
That
customer?
was, but you know what? That was an old term. Customer is always right.
But who
Give the
came up
customer
with
what
it? A
they want.
customer?
No, some small town business person probably, or
Because
it
the
might have been
customer, I
Macy's.
can tell you from experience, the customer is
Yeah,
not always
yeah,
right.
yeah. It might have been Macy's or Gimbals.
Okay.
Remember, Gimbals was Gimbals and Macy's. They were competitors, but Gimbals is no longer in existence. So I
We
guess
also have
Lacey's
Chris
on.
in the audience. Hi,
Hey,
Chris.
Chris, what's going on? Listen to you. Oh, you know I was in your show today. Uh,
Yep. And
um,
Charlie says, "Nice. Don't call me. I'll call you."
that's that's right. That's right. But yeah, but even my kids know. You know, they know. Don't be asking me what I'm doing all the time, where I'm at, and all of that. It's just
Your kids.
even my kids. Yeah. Some people check on their parents
I was gonna
all the time. If you didn't
I
know
guess I was
that,
confused by that. I was like,
especially
no.
grown kids, and you start getting
Well, you
older,
check in with
you're
them just to make sure they're okay. I mean, my mother lives with us, so it's easy to see
like,
what
what do
she's
you?
doing, and she'll automatically tell you everything
Yeah, yep,
she's going to do today.
yep, yep. But that's not me.
No, neither is it. Yeah.
That's why I don't get in anybody's space. You know, I don't get in their way. I don't bug people. You know, if they say they're gonna do it, they either do it or not. You
So
know.
when is it? Is it ever a good thing to tell your mate
Well,
to check in
absolutely.
and
Well,
not
like you
check in?
said, don't disappear for a few days. That's not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Nope. Not a good idea. Yeah, because something may happen. So if you don't, at
Well,
least they'll
that
know
is true.
something
If
happened.
I'm used to hearing from someone or I'm supposed to hear from someone and I don't, my first thought is that something is wrong.
Hmm.
That something bad has happened.
Yeah,
So I'm always relieved that, that's not been the case most
yeah.
of the time, but
My grandmother on my mother's side, um, loved my grandmother. We were very close. But my sister used to call my grandmother like every Sunday. That's what she did. Call, hey grandma, how you doing? Blah blah blah. Then my grandmother calls me and she's like, hey, or I called her. She's like, hey, Denise calls me every Sunday. I said, yeah, you need to call me every Sunday. But grandma, that ain't gonna happen.
well,
Don't you care about me? Don't you
clearly
want
she
to know?
liked
Don't you
that.
care? Don't you care about? I said, look, that's Denise. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. Is no. I'm not even going to try to say yes, Grandma. I will call you every Sunday, cause it wouldn't happen. I wouldn't call every Sunday. I know I wouldn't. That's just me. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, and then she'd be all upset. So if she knows I'm not going to call every Sunday. I'm going to call whenever. You know,
Right.
I might call on a Wednesday.
Well, see,
I might skip 2 weeks and call her on a Saturday. I don't know.
I think that's reflective of people who don't like to check in, who don't like to report.
I don't.
Because people wouldn't hear from me for a long time either. Not that I didn't care
Hmm.
or even that I wasn't thinking about them, but it's
Yeah.
because I liked being alone.
Yeah.
So I was in that space. Charlie wrote us a message. He said, hailed as the definitive rule of customer service, the phrase, the customer is always right, was coined. Oh, I can always count on you, Charlie, to give us the history behind it. Was coined by Harry Gordon Selfridge in the early 1900s and still rings true to this day.
Oh, not for me. Nope. If the customer wants me to do something crazy, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not. I'm not. And I deal with customers in what I do now on the side. I'm not going to say what that is, but I deal with customers. But I'm not a drug dealer. Okay.
Yeah, you're not doing anything illegal. Let's say it that way.
Yes. So, but yeah, the customers always want me to do something that I told them from the beginning that I would not be doing, and then they try to get me to do the thing that I said I would not. Now, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. It just isn't. It isn't. And a person, well, you may lose that sale. I might lose that sale. Okay. And then there'll be somebody else that comes along and I make the sale. So
And in my industry and the kind of services my skill set provides, for some reason, it I always found it odd that people come to you because they don't know how to do something, and they hire you to do it for them, and then they want to argue with you that it's not right. I don't understand that.
tell you how to do
They
it.
want to tell you how to
Yeah.
do it, and then want their money because they think you didn't do it correctly, when in fact you gave them more than they actually needed. So I've become very selective about which clients I
Absolutely.
will take
Absolutely.
on, especially like I have a full-time job, so I don't have to have clients, but yeah, I'm very selective
Yeah.
about that.
Saves you a lot of headaches.
It really does. It really
headaches.
does.
Every customer, and I know this is every customer is not worth having.
That is
As a
correct, because
customer.
if they're going to cost you more,
Yeah.
with headaches and everything else and
Mhm.
drama, because I don't do drama, then it's just not worth it. It's not worth it.
It is not. It is not.
We'd like to welcome to the show Born Dead.
Born dead. Born dead. Okay.
I'm sure
yes.
there's a story behind
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure there is a story behind that. That's for another show.
One of your shows.
I'll see you
Yes.
on Tuesday.
Yes, one of your shows.
Yes, I get a lot of things from that name, Born Dead. So, okay.
And not Charlie, Chris is coming to the stage. And Chris is on the stage. Chris, I hit audio, but did you want video?
No.
I don't hear Chris. There he is. No way.
How are you?
I am born free. My father's a doctor.
Well, yeah. That is good that you're born free and born alive.
I have to say, I am honored tonight because I found out Anthony don't call his grandma. But he texted me today. Grandma, take that.
Well, Chris,
you should. Yes,
don't
you
feel
should
that
feel
special
honored.
because my grandmother has been dead for many, 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 many
But he
years
should
now.
feel special because you don't like to email people, you don't like to text people, so you should feel honored, Chris.
So is that the subject? Don't talk to me, or what is the subject?
Don't keep tabs on me, that's for sure. Don't try
The
to.
subject is when you have to answer to people.
Yes.
What's that song I heard years ago? Don't tell me what I do when I can do when I bop. Something, I don't know. Something.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I think you should do a whole concert.
I
Chris.
do too. I would be there for it. I would.
I'm telling you.
We'll be
You want to start now?
No.
We'll be your crew.
No.
You're back up.
No, all I remember is that one, and I missed the bus. And I never had to do that again. Crisscross will make you jump.
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 That's
Yeah,
right.
I remember that one.
Wow.
He could do a whole medley.
Do a whole medley of
Yes.
songs. That would be excellent.
Of all different types of music. That's great. I would seriously, I would be there for that.
Oh, thank you. You would be there for my rise and downfall in one night. So
No,
let me
it's
run
definitely
this.
a rise.
Yeah, rise
Yeah.
up quick and go down.
No,
quicker.
no.
There you go.
Let me. I'm going to run this recipe by you guys. I'm working on a recipe right now. You ready?
Ready?
Okay, 2 pounds of potatoes cut into quarters. Put them into water. Cook them about, medium, fork tender, that kind of thing. Then take the potatoes out. Meanwhile, cabbage, shredded cabbage, a bunch of that, right? Put that in water, boiling water, then drain it. then scallions and a little bit of milk. And in a saucepan, you blend all of that together with butter and pepper and salt and the scallions and the hot milk and make it all fluffy. And then you serve it. What do you guys think?
Mashed potatoes.
With cabbage.
With cabbage. I was going to say, there's a twist there. I think that sounds wonderful.
You said fluffy, though, so that made me think of mashed potatoes.
Yeah. You got to mix it up.
Well, it is like mashed potatoes, but there's cabbage.
But he skipped out that you mash the potatoes.
Yeah.
You see, they left that
stir it
out.
up and make it fluffy. That's what.
Stir it up.
Well, what am I talking about? I don't even go in the kitchen.
See, she's a perfect example of what she was talking about a little while ago. Somebody that doesn't do what you do, but yet they're going to tell you how to do it.
No, I didn't tell him how to do it.
You were telling me.
I was telling you that you left out the
he-
cabbage because he mentioned
Yeah,
cabbage.
no cabbage, but he also left out the mashing of the potatoes. That actually sounds pretty
It
good.
sounds really good.
Really hearty. That's
sounds
a hearty,
great.
Hearty. You could
Beans
probably.
don't burn in the kitchen.
We're moving on up.
Yeah. Yeah,
All I
you could
know-
probably
all I
just
know.
eat that for a meal.
All I know is they're bringing home a Costco chicken. We still get them for $5 at Costco. Do you get them for $5?
I think they sell them too for $6 at BJ's.
Wow.
At least they used to. I haven't bought or so I don't know.
Well, my wife will bring home that Costco chicken. I'll have this made on the side,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Okay.
I'll do something green. I know I got the cabbage, but I'll probably do even broccoli or maybe corn. But then she'll take that Costco chicken. I'll cut it off the bone, and then she'll lay that in the frying pan for about 5 minutes just to reheat it and to kind of give it that sizzle. And then that'll be our dinner. And then I'll take that chicken, the rest of the chicken, cut up the meat. I'm going to make homemade soup with that. Then I take the carcass and save the carcass to make the broth later from the carcass. That $5 goes like 10 meals.
Yes.
That all sounds
you can
wonderful,
Take notes,
though.
Jill.
Stretch
Take notes,
that.
Jill.
I will. That sounds wonderful.
Jill, go over to Costco,
Yeah.
go to BJ's, get one of those chickens one night, and then throw the packaging away, cut it all up, and then bring it out on a platter. And your husband will be like, "Oh, you made this?"
For some reason, I don't think I can fool him.
Well, here's a secret. Our oven is out of order right now. It's out of order, and this has turned into a whole saga for me.
Of finding the right oven, stove.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, there's a range that they don't sell many of anymore, and it's called a drop-in. And they're crazy expensive, but they don't hardly sell anymore. So, I've been fixing the one we have for years, but now they don't even sell the parts to fix it anymore. So I'm kind
Time
of
to move.
upset. Yeah.
Or at least a new kitchen.
I know people that will move, buy another house because their kitchen is outdated and it needs new appliances or something. I also know people that buy new cars when their tires wear out.
Wow. Hey, I know people that get a new spouse. Never mind.
Yeah, I know people like that
people
too.
like that too.
Just me cutting potatoes. I hope you don't mind. You ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh.
Oh no!
He's,
I
he's
hope you
all
didn't
right.
injure yourself.
He's good. He's good under pressure. Chris told a story about he had
I'm nervous for him.
he had a cooking show, on-air cooking show, and he cut his hand or finger like really bad.
Why are
And-
you saying that
and
now when he's cooking?
Blood was
Don't
going all
oh my
over
goodness,
the place.
Don't even put that in the universe while he's cooking.
But the show must go on, so Chris wouldn't stop. But the producer of the show was like, Chris, you're like
Passing
bleeding
out from
out
the bleeding?
everywhere. And you have to stop. And Chris wasn't thinking about it. Show must go on. So I know if he
that's
does something
dedication.
wrong while he's on our show, at least we won't see the blood.
Oh my gosh.
We're good.
Well, I care about you, Chris. It sounded like Tony does not, but I care about you. Charlie says what you're cooking sounds good. He also says, with the air fryer, use Jill's. Okay, Charlie's got jokes.
Yeah. But Jill does not. You know the story. I didn't marry her for her cooking.
That's right. I asked on our second date if he wanted a woman that could cook, and he said he didn't care about my culinary skills or the lack thereof.
Yeah.
And so therefore we had a third date because that
Yeah.
was the right answer. If he had said yes, that mattered, I wouldn't have gone out with him again because I was not going to change that.
Did not marry her for her cooking.
But I can follow a recipe. Don't say it like that. I can follow a recipe. It's just I don't like to cook. I don't even like the kitchen. I don't like the kitchen. I see it as a room you go through to get to someplace else.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah,
interesting that when we go to other people's houses, we're around the kitchen.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
So you're
I spend more time in other people's kitchen than I do.
Yeah, go
my
ahead,
own.
Chris.
no. So your idea of following a recipe is to place order, click here.
Oh, I like that.
That's
Yes,
Jill,
I do like that.
That is.
I do like that. But I can actually follow a recipe. But Tony complains when I do that because not that it turns out badly, but because
Takes forever.
it takes forever. And I tend to, for some reason, choose the meals that
Cost
the most to make.
You know, Chris,
What
it's
can
like
I say? I have fine taste.
Chris is like you say. I can make a meal that could feed 5 people or so for about $10 or less, okay? But Jill will make a meal for 2 people and it'll cost $80.
Well, but I don't know that until I go and get the ingredients. It just sounds good. And I'm like, oh, let me try this. So Monica is on the stage. Hi, Monica.
Hello, Monica.
Now, Jill, you know what I do for a living, Miss Lady. Now, you know you
No, we don't know.
cannot leave that out there. Jill, what you got under the hood, girl, that got this man where he don't care about your cooking skills, girl?
I trying to
What's
let
under
y'all
that
know.
hood?
I see she
The
it
way
went
to
right over
his-
her head.
The way to
Girl, what's under the
the
hood?
way
What's
to his
under the
heart
hood?
is not through his stomach.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Ooh.
Well, I'm
ain't
going
no
to keep
joke.
listening as long as I can,
Teach
but I
me,
got to go.
girl. Teach me. Yeah.
I got to go shred the cabbage. This is getting too hot up in here.
All right. All
Okay,
right, Chris.
I hope your meal turns out great. Sounds good though, for real.
Yeah, yeah. it does,
We
it
done
does.
ran Chris out the kitchen. It got too hot.
I think you did. Things get hot when you show up.
That is true. It does every single time.
Jill, you know this getting ready to be episode number 2. Girl, what's under the hood, girl? What's under the hood?
We try to keep this show PG,
That's right.
and Monica tries to make it X-rated.
How do I get off this stage? It's getting weird in here.
You better leave while you can, Chris. You might find yourself tied up.
And he left. Oh, you all ran him off.
See, now Monica ran him off. Hey, Chris is my buddy.
I'm gonna be quiet so I can learn. I need you to learn some stuff today. I need to learn. I'm gonna be quiet.
No, but no. Let's get back to the topic. So I'm going to ask you a serious question because you're a businesswoman. Do you believe that phrase, "the customer is always right"?
No,
Yeah, me neither. No.
absolutely not.
Because they're not. They're
Yeah.
not
Absolutely
always
not.
right.
Especially
Yeah,
when you have situations these days where people are physically as well as verbally abusive. I
Yep.
mean, it used to be where, maybe it was the customer, but that the customer may get upset, but these days these people are belligerent. They're belligerent and they're
Yeah.
physically abusive. Physically, I've seen them hit people and spit on people. I watched a video where a lady spit on the cashier and the cashier whooped her ass.
We watched that one.
She should have. Cause let me tell you what, you look like a camel and you about to pucker up at me. Oh, you finna get knocked out. And I'm gonna stand there and wait on the popo. I'm gonna wait on the popo.
Hey, Monica, you remember the other one where she said, "Say it again"?
Yes.
Oh, I remember that one. I do.
She warned that lady. She told her. She said, if you say
she
it
did,
one
and
more
she
time,
said it again.
She
and
said it
she
again.
said, you got the right one today. You got the right one today. She laid her out, and she should have.
Yep.
Oh,
But
boy.
Monica, I have a question to ask, since we were talking about reporting to people in relationships when you have to answer to people. So since you're a detective and you have that skill set, if someone doesn't tell you where they're going, do you use your skill set?
You know what, Jill? I'm gonna be honest with you. These days, almost every savvy woman that I know that is either in a relationship, whether she's married, lover, partner, companion, spouse, these days, you better be smart and you better be savvy. The only thing I don't have on my man is a low jack inserted into his body, but I know where he is at all times. Okay.
So
And
you
if I
would
could
agree
put a
with
low
me?
jack on him, I put a low jack on him. But see, I mean, I can track him through his phone, and I don't do all that, but I can.
Right,
I can't.
right. So you would
So-
agree with me that if you're just dating someone for like the first time, or even before you decide to go out with them, when you decide to go out with them, would you agree with me that it's okay to do like a background check on them?
These days, you have to.
See?
You have to. You have to. You just can't assume. You cannot. Like, I'll share with you guys something that happened recently. One of my girlfriends called me. She said, "Oh my God, I met the most amazing man." And she says, "He's tall, handsome. He's financially secure. He drives this gorgeous luxury car. He's already buying me Gucci and Louis and Bibbidi and Boppity." And she said, "Girl, I just want you to do a little background check." Well, I did. And I said, "Tell me about this apartment that he takes you to." She said, "Yeah, I've noticed." She said, "It's not really, furnished. She said, "It's nice." And I said, that's his whole pad." She said, "What?" I said, "That's his whole pad.
It's a whole pad.
That's the whole pad." And sure enough, he was married, and that's where he takes his lovers. If I had
Wow.
not done the background check, I said, "Girl, all he would have done is went, got nice little pictures, put them up around the little apartment to make it look like he really lives there." He didn't. If she had not done a background check on this dude, he was so smooth with it. Oh my goodness, he was smooth with it. But if she hadn't, oh please, he'd have kept up that foolishness to the end of time. These days, you have to. You cannot assume that people are who they say they are. You cannot.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Now let me ask you about. So when it comes to clients, we have someone that we know that kind of does the same thing that you do for clients, and he tries to keep his clients straight financially. Okay, so they don't make mistakes there. Okay.
Sure.
And he'll tell them, okay, you got X amount of dollars to spend on, just fun, whatever it is you do.
Sure.
But they will also do things and be places that would not be good for them to be at.
Okay.
Okay, or be around people that they really shouldn't be around. Okay.
Sure.
So do you keep tabs on clients like that?
Not usually, because you're an adult and you are. I tell you when it gets to be a slippery slope. And this is a true story. What I'm going to tell you guys. I was working in a potential arson investigation for an insurance company, and I went to go and interview the gentleman. And not that it makes any difference, but the scenario has something to do with it. So I got to lay everything out. So I went to interview the homeowner. And I said, can you tell me about the renter, that rents your place, that the fire happened, and bibbidi bob. So I needed to verify and confirm that his renter was actually his renter. So as I interviewed him more, I started feeling like something's off here. This is not just your tenant. Well, it turned out to be that was his lover. He's white. His lover was a black male. So when I discovered that his tenant was his lover, I said, I'm going to need to interview your wife because your wife is on the deed. He went goo goo gaga ballistic. He was like, okay, do you have to tell her about my lover? And I said, mister, you trying to turn this into a soap opera. My job is to investigate the potential arson. The fact that your wife don't know you got a lover, that is not my problem. He's like, please, whatever it takes, you just cannot let her know that that's my lover. So what's my responsibility? My ethical responsibility is to investigate the fire. Now, if I wanted to be an old damn messy ass Mary, I would have told her, but I didn't. I didn't tell her, but it was so messy because I had to conduct an investigation where I really couldn't get in depth of, do you know who the tenant is? How long has he lived there? Have you had any problems out of him previously? Did you run a background check? Bibbidi bop, bop, bop. I couldn't get into all of that because I knew that she didn't know that that was her husband's lover. Mm-hmm. So it can be messy. In the example that you have, Anthony, no. If it's a situation where somebody may get injured from a moral standpoint, yes, I will say something. Mm-hmm. If I know that there's a potentiality for somebody to be injured, like let's say, I know that, and this has happened before, you guys, it's going to sound crazy, where one of the partners ends up with let's just say an STD, and they haven't told the other partner. Okay, you have a responsibility. Some of this stuff you can't get rid of with antibiotics.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So in those instances, you have to say something. But the majority of the time, no, that's your messy ass life. I'm not getting in that foolishness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And actually that's what he said also. He said, no.
Really?
Yeah, wouldn't because he likes the work he does because so many athletes get messed up with
absolutely
money and personal items. So he says, but when they start going a certain direction, he just sticks to
absolutely
money issues. That's
it.
Yeah,
that's it. It's not your responsibility. If he at the damn strip club spending all his damn money, you can't stop people from being irresponsible. That's not his job. His job is just to let him know he about to go over a cliff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's right. So.
Well, Monica, Charlie says Monica in church preaching.
Yeah, Monica in church. We gonna get her preaching.
Oh, Charlie saying a lot. Charlie also says Chris was like, Satan, I got to go.
Monica's here. I'm out.
And there's more. he also says answered is okay within a couple, LOL. And then he says love nest, like you all are talking about, the first of the month, LOL.
Exactly.
That's right. What happened?
Charlie's got jokes tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty
No,
funny.
Charlie on the roll over here.
Yes, that's pretty funny.
And he's still saying ho pad, sweet ho pad.
But you know, hoe pads are nothing new.
They're typical, hate to
Yeah.
say it, but they're typical, especially for these dudes, these players from the Himalayas out here, Tony.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
they're
saying?
nothing new. Yeah,
They a player from the Himalayas.
I knew a man that had either 12 or 16 rental properties,
Oh.
and 8 of those rental properties had his side chicks in them.
How about
But
that?
check this out.
Was this the man that also had like more than 20 children?
Yeah,
And probably a couple of
yeah, but check it out. He still made them pay rent.
Oh boy.
I'm not joking you. He still made them pay rent. And at the going rate. It wasn't like a discounted rate. It was a going rate.
Wait a minute now. Hold on, Tony. I want to make sure because you froze for a minute. You mean to tell me them raggedy side chicks was paying
They
rent?
was paying
Full rent, not even a
Oh,
They
hell
discount.
was paying
no.
full rent.
Hell
They
no.
was paying
No.
full rent. Now
Not when you
that
get-
was on
not when
them.
you
Now
get
see,
my goodness.
now you're gonna understand when I tell you this. So apparently, if he had this many rental properties, he was supposed to be this upstanding person in the community. Okay. And he had more money than anyone in the community. So you got those that are on the outside trying to get on the inside. And that was their
Deceit, Tony.
angle. That's why they was willing.
So Charlie's saying Tony knows a lot. Was he the property manager?
No. Hell no. You done made me cuss, Charlie. No, and hell no.
But see, this is what I don't understand. I need to teach a side chick class because if you get my goodies, I'm not paying no damn rent.
Like if you're gonna do that, at least get something out of it.
But you know, on one hand, it's an awful thing. But on the other hand, he was able to get the side chicks to give him full rent and give up all the other stuff too.
Oh, he bad. Now, he a bad one. I need to meet that dude. He a bad one.
He's no longer
He's
living.
no longer with us. He has
Oh, bless his
passed
heart.
on.
Jesus done took him home to glory.
Yeah,
Jesus
he's
took him
no
home.
longer. But yeah, he was. I'm like, man.
Brother, man.
But yeah, people do some stuff.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yep. And I think the people who want you to report every single thing, like it always makes me wonder why. Like, why? What are you out there doing? If you have to,
Trust issue.
you
you
Trust
Yep.
issue.
look at them first because they might be up to something. Not trusting.
Mandingo makes the rules, according to Charlie.
Charlie, what the hell you know about Mandingo?
He wasn't a mandingo, Charlie. He
what
just
do
had
you
deep
know
pockets.
about Mandingo, Charlie? You what? You can't say that to me. You gonna make me want you, Charlie. Stop it.
I was going to tell you. Now, Charlie might not be a mandingo now, but he was when he was younger.
What happened to it, Anthony? What happened to it?
Well, that's
happened
Father
to the
Time.
mandingo?
Father Time comes in,
Why are you outing Charlie?
We can't. Hey, Charlie was young. A lot of us younger days, we were really, really
So you're really
good
talking
looking.
about yourself.
We were really good looking. I was no mandingo, But Charlie was a mandingo.
Look at Anthony. Anthony, see, you walked into
He
it.
sure
So I'm
did.
sorry.
And look, can you tell he's turning
With a-
red? He's
with
getting
a
all
Charlie
embarrassed.
with- I'm not
this beautiful
embarrassed.
woman sitting next to you, and she don't cook. Come on, Mandingo Anthony. Come on, Mandingo Anthony. Come on.
All I know, I did not need her to cook for me. That's
Nope,
what
he
I'm
did
talking
not.
about.
Didn't need it. Oh, well, Chris is back. He's just not on the stage. He says, like the song says, let the woman take care of you. And then he also says, all the bad cats in the bad hands doing me a really big favor.
Bad cats.
Tell Charlie.
Bad hands. Ooh.
Chris, keep your ass in the kitchen and be quiet, okay?
Oh my goodness.
He said
Oh, my
bad
goodness.
hats, not hands. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
All right, but yeah, keep tabs. Well. Here's the question, Monica. So, when you're in a relationship with someone, is it okay for them to keep tabs on you because you have to be in many different places? I'm sure throughout the day and night. So, how do they feel about that?
They can try.
I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. This really happened. I had a brain freeze and lost my mind, but let me tell y'all what happened. So the person that I'm with now, travel a lot, and I was exhausted, and I was out of town, and he called me, and he likes to FaceTime. So we on FaceTime, and he said, baby, he said, why your hair messed up? So the next thing, here we go. Pay in the room, pay in the damn room, pay in the room. So I'm up here with my crazy detective ass, then turned the damn phone around, paying in the room. So this fool could see with nobody in the damn room. I was like, dude, you crazy and you got me acting crazy. Ain't nobody in this damn room. I was taking a nap and my hair got messed up. The fact that he asked me to pan the room, y'all, I'm telling you, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I said, baby, if somebody was in here, he in the closet or under the bed. Are you serious right now?
He probably heard the toilet flush. Heard that toilet flush, and it might have been in the room next door to you, but he heard that, saw your hair, heard the toilet flush.
Just insanity. But you know what? I've never been in a relationship with somebody that has trust issues. I will end it if I see that quality because I travel a lot. I'm on the road a lot, and a lot of my clients are men. And I work with professional athletes. So if you got any insecurities, you can't be with me. You cannot be with me. Cannot be with me. It won't work. Because I don't ever, I tell when when we get these new clients, like last year, I think we got the #1 NBA draft pick. And first thing I did was sit down with the mom of the girlfriend. Look at here. You ain't got to worry about nothing. I don't let nothing interfere with my money. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? Nothing interfere with my money. I don't, no. And if I get involved with your son, your husband, your child, your brother, that interferes with my money. It ain't going to happen. So, that's just the reality of it. And I think that you have a more successful relationship when you have those understandings.
Absolutely.
Because Jill, with what you do when you travel and you're on the road or whatever, you can't be paying in the room because Tony can somebody in the damn room.
In my first marriage, long time ago. So this is back in the 80s. She was always questioning whether I was up to something, because I was on the road.
How about that?
Well, she came to work with me one week.
She was with you for a whole week.
She came
in the
a
truck?
whole week, about 5-6 days, something like that.
I only lasted one day on the road.
And after that trip, she said, Oh shoot, I ain't worried no more. You you,
See,
you don't do
how
nothing
about
but
that?
work non-stop. You work for 18 hours straight, go to sleep, wake up, and do another 18 hours. You don't have no
Yep,
time for messing around. And yeah, she
absolutely.
wasn't. It didn't ease her mind until she saw the amount of hours I put in and what I do. It's so.
But you know what, Tony? I mean, that's great, but it's sad that it took that for her to
Oh
trust
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know what I
Well, we're
mean?
not married today.
How about that?
But you're right,
All right.
Monica. Like I think, the people who have to check in like that it is because of a lack of trust. Whether they don't,
Absolutely.
whether they know what they're doing and they don't, and therefore they don't trust you, or they just
Yeah.
can't trust people. And like you, Monica, I too would always get out of relationships the minute I saw that, I had to
Yep.
show where I was and who I was talking to and what I was doing every
Oh
day.
yeah.
And who has time for that? I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. But
Absolutely.
then, but
Yeah.
but then, especially when you're a smart, successful, assertive woman, you can't
Yeah.
have anybody near you. You know, a relationship like that. It can't
Yeah.
last. There is
Yes.
no
Yeah.
It's
way.
like smothering. Yeah. Yeah. And like one time
Yeah.
when I was away because I was taking I was earning my MFA in a different state and I was away. I called you and I was like, I think the guy next to us is next, in the room next to me in the program is a problem.
Uh,
And you remember
Jill,
that?
yes, Jill has had many
I've had
stalkers.
he turned out to be a stalker where I had to
Yeah.
get like the school involved to get him away from me, you know.
Wow. See, again, I've had a couple of those. I have one now that's ridiculous. I think I told you guys about it. I've taken out police reports. I've reported him on IG. He impersonates other people. Never met this person, just completely fixated.
Mm.
It's dangerous. He's assumed the identity of well over 30 people
Oh my
in the
goodness.
Wow.
years.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah. You did
insane.
mention
It's
that
and
before.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, because of the TV show, saw me on the damn TV
Hmm.
show, and just fixated. So you're right about that, Jill. If you identify a problem, and I mean, I've got my little folks that call themselves crushing, and it's cute to have a little crush. Just make sure that crush don't come fatal.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Got that right.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Yes.
you want to put a cap in his ass, right?
Well, stop
Look at what
this.
crazy ass Charlie said. Monica is always reporting me to
I
the
was just going to
popo.
read that to you.
Charlie, you know what? I hate to report you, my love, but you just turned it into a little fatal attraction, Charlie.
And we all witnessed it.
All outside.
We all witnessed it.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Chris is coming back. I guess.
Oh, Jesus.
Chris,
Jesus.
you okay?
Boy, look at Chris. If you don't finish them damn potatoes and cabbage and leave us alone, cook your food. Cook your food. Oh, Lord.
Oh my goodness. You know, none of y'all have any sense, right? As long as it's just Jill and I, we're chill, we're cool, everything's okay. Then Chris and
And I know
Charlie
when
and Monica
when the
get
damn
started.
crayon box show up, I know it. I know it. Oh, my God.
Welcome to I'm right, and y'all wrong.
Oh, this is such a trip. Oh, this is such a trip. But
Everybody's
fun.
hilarious.
But it's fun. It's fun.
Wait, did he
I
leave
enjoy it.
already? That was it?
Chris, yeah, you know, you
Oh,
see,
that's funny.
all of you don't remember my nickname for Chris used to be Hit and Run.
Oh, that's
I
right,
used to
'cause he
call him
would
Hit and
come
Run.
in,
He would
say
come in,
something, and he was
boom,
out.
and he's gone. You wouldn't see or hear him again.
I'd forgotten
Yeah.
those days.
You would pop into a show, say something, boom, I'm out, gone.
That's funny. Oh, my God. That's funny.
Yeah, that's my old buddy Hit and Run. Yeah, he used to do it all the time.
Well,
boy. Well, I got
You
my
ready to-
laugh for the night.
Me too. I didn't realize I needed it, but I did. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks all of you for making this such an enjoyable show.
Yes. Charlie says this is going on the Really Charlie YouTube channel.
All right. Well, like I said, we do simulcast to YouTube. And let me see, Dave and Sam's show is starting in about 4 or 5 minutes, 4 minutes
On
or so
YouTube.
on YouTube
Yep.
also. So they're easy to find, and then, like, they're kicking butt over there, which is good, which
Yep.
is really good. All right.
Almost got my hand crushed. So
What?
it's definitely
What?
time to go.
What?
Because
What?
I'm getting injured.
All right. Well, look, I love you all.
I
Jill
love you
loves
all.
you all too.
You don't have to speak for me. I can say it. I
you-
love you all.
That was hard for you, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. I do love you all.
All right. Well, till next week, we have several shows scheduled until October or so. So
Yeah, something like that.
we'll keep on putting them out.
Putting them out. Putting them out.
All right. Love you all. We'll
Love
catch
you.
y'all the next
Bye.
week.
Thanks for the laughter.
Yes. So we will turn off video, and then we will try to end this show because we all know sometimes it just doesn't work. But I think, and it's not working. There we go. All right. Love you guys. See ya.
No.
What? We're
That
gonna
is not
end
what that
show.
is. That is not it.
That is it.
Oh, okay.
See? What are you talking about? We're ending the show. Love you guys.